Hey guys, Kevin here with etrailer, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install the etrailer trailer wiring junction box here on our Featherlight enclosed trailer. So our neighbor came in with his trailer today and he's needing to add on some reverse lights so he has a little bit more visibility when he's trying to back up his trailer in the dark. To do that, we're going to need to tap into his reverse light wire, but unfortunately, because the manufacturer didn't put any reverse lights on this trailer, we're going to have to run a new wire from our 7-way, which we have right up here, all the way back to the back of our trailer. And to do that, we're going to have to install the junction box. I want to try and use my wiring coming off my original 7-way here straight into that junction box with just some ring terminals. So I'm going to cut it a little bit further out so that way I don't have to use any butt connectors and try and splice in a little bit more wire. I'd rather do that leaving the junction box instead. So I'm going to start cutting right up here, cut through each of these wires until we get it free, and we can start stripping back our casing so that we can start putting on our ring terminals. Definitely make sure you're being careful that you're not actually cutting into your wiring. We're just trying to slowly strip this casing back because it is pretty thick. There we go. I also unscrewed this a little bit here just so that we can have our holder a little bit looser so I can get it around this cable. But we're going to pass all of our wiring through. Get our cable in place. That way I can sit here and get it screwed nice and tight into place before making any of my connections. Be careful when you're screwing that in. You don't want to do it too hard and then break off these plastic holders on each side. Now that we have our junction box in place, we can go ahead and we can tighten down this holder right here to keep our casing nice and tight, and we can also start making our connections. Go ahead and snip back some of the wiring here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start stripping back our casing. Now we can go ahead and stick on our ring terminals. These are also going to come with your kit. One thing I do want to point out, while all these are color coded, they also have a little function statement on each one stating what they are and what they do. We're going to ignore that though, just because our trailer already has a sticker explaining the functions of each of the wire colors, and this sticker is in multiple spots on this trailer, so I want to keep following this instead. I don't want to switch it to something else and then if anyone else needed to work on this, get confused just because I flipped it to something else. So it's always better to just stick with what we already know is in use. Now we can go ahead and start hooking on our wiring, just putting in our ring terminals. May have a little bit harder time with your ground wire just because it's so thick. But once we get that in place, stick on our little nut that came with it. Just going to put that on hand tight for right now and keep rolling through each of our wires. Now that I got these comfortably in place, like I said, I didn't tighten these down all the way because we still have to make our connection to our outgoing wire here. All right, now that I made all my connections, I'm going to go ahead and just use some electrical tape and just cover up all of our wires, keep them nice and tight together. So there's going to be a closed gasket on the bottom here of your junction box. I'm going to actually take that out. I'm going to use one of the ones that have a hole in it. That way, if for any reason water did get in this box, it could drain out that hole instead of just sitting in here and rusting away our wiring. With all that complete, we can go ahead, place on our box cover. And take our screws that came with our kit here. And tighten them down. Well, I think that about does it for today's installation of the etrailer trailer wiring junction box here on our Featherlight enclosed trailer. My name's Kevin. Thanks for watching.